I miss my cocoa butter kisses. Hope you smile when you listen. Ain't no competition, just competing for attention.
Hey bad biddies, it's your girl Sadidi, and I'm back after months. But y'all, we gonna talk about EA, the sim gurus, this new pack, the Pew Pew pack. And we're gonna do all of this while making my sim. So, first off, I'ma just say it. The skin tones, love. The skin tones, where are they? Where are they? Where are they? Because I couldn't have even made her without our queen, xmiramira. So, love. Love. Fully modded game. A fully modded game because I cannot play otherwise. There's been a huge grievance about skin tones, and we basically had to bully the gurus. We had to bully the game changers, and I didn't really watch Sparked, but I saw from the little preview clips, I saw 3 black game changers on there, 3 black simmers on there, and one I have never watched his channel. The other one, or the other two, I obviously watched xmiramira and deesims. I watched both of them, and D does mostly like family gaming, and so that's fun. Like, when you want to take a break from the urban gaming, the crazy stuff, you go to her channel, you watch that. And then xmiramira, like, she's into the modding, and she does more urban gaming, like the stuff that I'm really into. And I saw them on there. I don't actually know anything much more about it, but I do know that that's an issue. There's not enough black game changers, and they're not listening to the other half. You know what I'm saying? The other side that plays this game, the side that doesn't just build, or the side that doesn't just, play all cutesy PG. And I understand the game is rated T for teens, so we can't, they can't get into all of that, but there's definitely been a regression in the game. And it's a bunch of stuff. People have said it all, really. My commentary is kind of late, but I watched everybody else, talk about the new pack and things like that. And I watched Carmen King make skin tones, and she made a brown skin tone, I do believe, in like 5 minutes. It was certainly less than 10. And EA is claiming that they can't do it at all. And then it also felt very insensitive. Like, I understand, okay, maybe it's a partnership, but it felt very insensitive for them to be like, just kind of, the response to us was kind of choppy and annoyed almost. Like, update coming soon. Oh man, I'm gonna have to insert the tweet, but it was just. And I know that none of the gurus are black. And I mean, if I'm wrong, correct me, but I don't believe any of them are black. So, we'll never get that aspect. Because if you know what? I know that none of them are black or anything, because if they were, we would have better skin tones. And that's just that on period. Um, I'm so, it's very irritating. It's very irritating to be left out of, like everybody has been saying, a life simulation game. The Sims has been a game that I have literally grew up with. Like, I used to wake up in the morning, and before I go to school, because I had PM kindergarten class, my mom would play it all the time. She actually had it on PlayStation, so she had Not the original like choppy Sims that you see like people pulling out sometimes. She had the one that you played on PlayStation, like the Sims busting out and stuff like that. And that was cool. She wouldn't let me play that, but once she got it on her computer, I wake up in the morning and I'd ask her to play every single day. I couldn't even read. I could not read or anything. But I wanted to play that game so bad. And I almost feel like it did fuel my reading. Like I wanted to know what those words said because I couldn't make my Sims do anything or the correct stuff and they were always dying. And so I had to learn how to read in order to play the game. And she played all the time and I'd sit with her and watch her play, and so that was like bonding for us. And The Sims has been an integral, I think that's how you say that, integral part of my life. Like if I look back, you know, I'll think about The Sims. Like any house we've lived in, we've had a PC, and it's had The Sims on it. That's for certain. So, and those other games, like those other games were fantastic, and this one is just really, really, really a letdown. Um, and we're really missing basic things, and it's truly disgusting. Like it's so disgusting. Sims 3, I guess for other people, like everybody says it was laggy and stuff like that because of the open world, but Sims 3 was my favorite. Like Sims 2 obviously was like amazing, but I didn't get to play Sims 2 very much. I don't want to say that I don't remember it because I remember Sims 2 very much. um but Sims 3 was just my favorite because I was also older, and I could really, really play, and like there were a lot of cool expansion packs and stuff. And I really remember Sims 3, and it was just the most revolutionary, like open world, something that well, they don't want to give us again, you know, something that we like cars, walking your babies around in strollers, teaching your kids how to drive, like revolutionary. Chef's kiss, okay? Their target audience is obviously children. They should have done Sims 4 or they should have done the Sims in backwards order, because if I had had the Sims 4 when I was playing this game when I shouldn't have been, this it would make total sense because Sims 4 is very kid like, it's very childlike, and they are promoting to a much younger base. You can obviously tell, and I'm not really sure why because kids don't have money, adults do, and the game has been running for so long. You're gonna have a lot more, like, I don't want to say legacy players because that makes us sound old. Like you're gonna have a lot more people that have been playing this game for years. It's some people who have been playing this game for like 2 decades. Come on now, like it's crazy. I've been playing for almost 2 decades, and they're just leaving us out. Like they're leaving us out. It is. I don't understand the shift. I don't understand the shift. But you know what? Disney, like, if they have this partnership with Disney, which obviously they do for the Star Wars pack, Disney has also done that. They're watering down everything. Like Disney Channel, water down. No, I really feel like nobody over the age of probably 10 or 12 watches that or watches Disney Channel. But when I was younger, baby, okay, I was like 8 watching Disney Channel, and them TV shows were strictly targeted at teenagers. Like everything was teenagers, okay, and it's like so much regression. I don't really understand the pushback in that way or why they're targeting this new audience. I just really, it's disappointing because if it makes you feel so left out, like as a Sims player who does urban gaming, like there's so many ways to play this game, and they're trying to push one way on us, and I don't like that. Like it's nothing wrong with urban gaming. It's nothing wrong with you know making your Sims cheat and dance on poles and stuff like that. And I mean, I know obviously like they can't show that type of stuff, but at least include us in the conversation. If you're going to open up some dialogue about your game, then include all gameplay types. Like, have your urban gamers, have your fantasy players that like Star Wars and they like the aliens and they like the, all the fantasy side of everything. Get your family gameplay, people. Get your builders, like get people who play the game for different aspects so that you can get, I'm just disappointed. I don't really care. We take surveys and we do all this other stuff, but it seemed like the game was better when we didn't even get an input. Now, I don't know if I was just, too young, but I don't remember us like doing surveys before. When it was like Sims 2, Sims 3, they kind of just put out packs and that was it. It almost seemed like it was better then. There's obviously been a team switch, okay? But this is life simulation, and Sims 4 is just way too, like, people and everybody has said this, but like everything is too happy. And I mean, you don't want, it's life simulation up until a point, obviously, because like, you don't want your game to be too sad. You don't want your game to be too lifelike, because you could just live in the real world for that. That's not why you're really playing. It's not really why you're playing The Sims. You wanna create a different world, but it is still life simulation, and everybody needs to be represented. Dark skinned black people and dark skinned people of color, just period, deserve to be able to make themselves in a game that they paid for without mods. Like, that's just, and the fact, when you couple the amount of time that they've had with the issue, it just triples the horrificness of it. It triples it. Like, there's it feels like there's no work being done, and everything does feel like a cash grab, like everybody said. It's very irritating trying to get a point across, trying to make some change, and then you have people who want to give so much pushback, people who don't want to understand.
Tired we are. Imagine how tired we are of it.
I thought that any decent human being would look at the skin tones and be like, okay, this is a little gross, but I guess if you don't ever play a black sim, then you wouldn't care, you wouldn't notice, and they're probably only townies. The only black people in your game are probably townies that walk around and you never play with, so it wouldn't obviously bother you. But it's people just going crazy on Twitter, like saying very out of pocket things, and basically just gaslighting, like, from the other side of the community, the part of the community that doesn't care and they think everybody should just shut up and be grateful, which is a terrible tactic. Nothing ever gets done like that, being complacent. That's disgusting. But they don't have to worry about the issue, and so they gaslight the rest of the people that are worried about the issue and make it seem like we're asking for too much, or like we're crazy, or like we're acting out, or we're throwing a fit. No, love. 6 years, baby. 6 years. That's what everybody's been saying. We've been waiting for 6 years. Like, 6 years for this, love. It's been nice up until now, and the only reason that they're doing something about it now is because we started making more noise. And it's actually only because of the white game changers. And that's just period. Like, Lil Simsy said something, and that was it. I think she said something. Lil Simsy and Plumbella, it was over. They said, oh, we gotta do something. And that was it. It didn't matter who else said anything. And then, we gotta bully these people into speaking up for us, and that's just ridiculous. Like, it shouldn't be like that. But that's what it is. Sims doesn't care about us, and that's just very sad. And the game is boring anyway, but like everybody has been saying, there's nothing else on the market. Paralyzed is taking too long. I love Paralyzed, but whoo child, they are taking a very long time. But I also understand, like, it takes time or whatever. But to make, and especially the caliber of the type of game that they're making, like, it's gonna be a minute. And I would, you know what, honest to God, like, I would rather them take as much time as they need to give us a complete game, because what we're getting with Sims 4, with EA, ridiculous. Nobody wants an incomplete game, love. And then Every time a new update comes out or a new patch, we're all extremely fearful. We watching out for, the YouTubers that we trust with the Sims news to give us the go ahead or not. I was literally just watching xmiramira's Twitch right now, and she was telling somebody else don't get the update because it messes up your game, this and that. And I had just downloaded a bunch of I literally just downloaded like a bunch of mods, clean my mods folder yesterday. It was last night. So, you know what I'm saying? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I'm just disgusted. And the gurus are so like, I just feel like it would make more sense to listen to people than to just be shitty and give pushback. You know what I'm saying? And try to play the victim. We know that it's the system, but we also know that you can use your voice to speak up. You all can make change, but you don't want to. When you want to make change, you at least put in some effort. But there's no effort being made. There's none at all. So I don't believe the gurus when they say this, that, and the third. When they put out them little videos saying we see you, we hear you, like, love. No, you don't. You just want us to stop. You want us to stop adding you. You want us to stop the bad publicity. Publicity. Like, you want us to stop bothering you. That's something to pacify us. Everything in this movement in this day and age, toward anything that has to do with black people everything is performative, and it's only being done to pacify us because we're making too much noise now. They can't shut us up, so they have to pacify us, and that's just ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. It took Carmen King 5 minutes. I'm literally not even kidding y'all. 5 minutes. 5 minutes to make a skin tone, like, or at least less than 10. And so you multiply that by however many people is working on the game. Everybody in the production can make a skin tone real quick, and they can have that done in less than a day. Like, come on, this is ridiculous. And y'all not gonna put your best effort into it, so why is it taking so long? It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous, and I'm so sick of people trying to tell us to, that we're doing too much, acting too crazy, throwing a fit about Star Wars. Baby, nobody wants the pew pew pack. Nobody wants it. Nobody needed that. When there are fundamentals missing, when there are the very basics missing, you can't go out and do anything else. You can't. You can't. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. I'm not gonna go to the beach without a bathing suit. I have to get the bathing suit first. That's an essential. I have to get the bathing suit first. That's the basic necessities. And then I can go out and have fun on the beach. They can't make fantasy extra shit without even giving us the basics in a life simulation game. In real life, we have cars. In real life, people are dark skinned and not ashy and not blotchy. In real life, you can interact with your children. Like, bad moods last for longer. Things are intensified. There's shit happens, like, and there are repercussions for what happens. Nothing happens in this game, and that's ridiculous. Y'all, thank you for listening and hanging out with me for these few minutes, creating this bad bitty, and I'll see y'all in my next video.
Even if the sun goes down on you, you gotta keep that shine on top, yeah. On top, yeah. On top, yeah. And even if the sun goes down